What are the minimum things that you can do to a home to get it ready to list without spending and breaking the budget, breaking the bank and trying to get the house ready to list? I talk to so many people, so many sellers about putting the house on the market, and I get it. There's not a lot of money out there, and some people don't want to do anything. They want to sell it as is. But there are two important things that you do want to do, and one of them is lighting. If you have nothing else that you can do that home, lighten it up, brighten it up. And there are a couple of suggestions with the lighting is to take down those curtains that are causing the darkness, the shadows. Maybe some of the blinds, take them off. But adding lighting, making it bright, making it airy, making it open can really help a house stand out. I did this last week. I did this with my kitchens, my bathrooms. I added bright lighting, and it really changed the look of the house. It really changed the look of those rooms. So when you walked in, you just felt that energy. And of course, when your bedrooms and stuff, you're going to have those subtle looks. You got that subtle soft white look, which makes it a little bit more yellower. But when you're listing a home, you want to brighten up that room. And so those soft whites don't really work because they don't open up the look of the house. They don't open up the space so that people can really see how big your home really looks. So if you're listing your home, it's so important to try to have the same kind of lighting, as bright and airy as possible, so people get to feel of how big that home is, how tall your ceilings are, how much wall space you have, that kind of thing. And it really does help. It tremendously changes the look of a house when you change your lighting to more of a bright white or even a frosted white. Lighting can cost you like about $100 or so in the right rooms, just to make sure that you're actually showing off this house a little bit more. And then taking away the curtains and the blinds will really help to bring in more natural light into the house, along with bringing in that nice bright light. And then second, a really nice professional cleaning. Get somebody in there to clean your cabinets, your counters, making sure that there's no residue or there's no food or anything that could show marks or any kind of food particles on your counters and cabinets. And then making sure your floors are very nice and clean. So I always recommend that at minimum, if you want to put your house on the market, make sure it's got professionally cleaned and make sure that you have some great lighting to open up the house. Those two items, depending on who you go and who you call, can be less than $500, maybe even a couple of $100. But it is so worth it so that you have your house looking professionally cleaned, looking bright and airy, and then you can put that on the market. So that to me is the two main things I think is really important when you're trying to list a house. If you do nothing else, no other upgrades or anything like that, at least have some great lighting and have it professionally cleaned. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.